My counter story, how I met Christ on my birthday. My name is Esther Itoyo Okeogene. Yes, it was on my birthday 2018, August 18, at around 4 to 5 a.m. in the morning. After so many ugly past stories in my life, so many um, ugly encounters. In fact, it was from one mess to another. I I had a very ugly past, but the one that actually pushed me to God was when I was supposed to get married to a guy. After we've done introduction, we're preparing for the wedding. I've taken many guys home for marriage, and that wasn't my first introduction actually. So this particular one, we're planning for wedding. Everything was intact. All of a sudden there was a breakup. That's why if you've not watched The Experience, the movie The Experience showing on my YouTube channel, you should go and watch it. It was actually my story. And people were aware of the wedding. We have bought Ashwebi. Wedding plan was going on. Families were aware. All plans were all just ongoing. And from nowhere we broke up. In fact, it was serious because I could not go home for 2 years. I was hiding from my family, from my friends for 2 good years because I could not tell them what actually happened. I couldn't explain what was going on. I couldn't tell people who have spent money on buying Ashwebi, bridal train, men on suits. People were already sponsoring the wedding. I couldn't tell them that the wedding wasn't going to hold anymore and that it was a call off. Families, friends, some were mocking, some were calling. What's going on? What is happening? Or give us updates. I couldn't really tell them what was going on because it was a serious issue that almost lost my life. And while I was going through that heartbreak, I was hiding somewhere, covering my face from shame, trying to trying to recover from the shock. I was trying to gather my life. I was putting every effort to, you know, with the little hope I had, or the encouragement I was having from friends, some families who still loved me despite the situation. I was just trying to put my life together. I was just trying to have a new beginning. So I was hiding somewhere. And suddenly one day, a lady just introduced me to an online business. I needed to do something to just to get off that past and start my life all over again. So I started the online business with a waist trainer, and I had an order that needed doorstep delivery. So I did that. And when I went to deliver doorstep to a customer, it rained heavily in Warri that night. In fact, I was soaked. I was soaked, and there was nowhere to actually hide my head. And my aunt, I call her my aunt, but she was actually my ex-mom. She just called, "Where are you?" I told her I was in town. I was soaked with the rain and she asked me to come home. So I went to her house. Spend the night. I normally go there. She's like my mom. In fact, even though I wasn't together with her son, she was still a mother to me. So I spent the night there. And on Sunday morning, she just said, "Let's go to church." With a plan of she was going to introduce me to her pastor to bring me and her son together. After a long while we've broken up, She just wanted us to come together. That was the plan. I never knew. Reluctantly, I followed her to church. In fact, I was putting on trousers and she had to give me a wrapper to tie. So we went to church. The Bible said in Jeremiah 29:11 that the thought I think towards you is thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. We got to church. It was offering time. I was going to drop offering as usual. The man of God she wished to introduce me to after the service saw me, and what he saw was different from the purpose why we came. Even though I didn't know why she took me to church, she didn't know what I was going through or what I actually just came out from. She had no idea of what was really happening to me. She only saw that I was looking very slim and looking old because of the stress, you know, the pains. Pastor saw me and he was like, "Who is this lady? Look at the glory of God all over her. Who is she?" And my auntie just waved at her from the back. She's my son's wife. I smiled because the son she was talking about, we were not together again for a very long time, for years. So I just smiled. And after service, we went to meet him. She just told him, "Pastor, this is the lady I told you about. You know everything." So she excused us. And Papa, my father in the Lord now, the pastor himself said, "Do you wish to go back to him?" I said, "No, I wasn't ready for that." He now said, "I wasn't even seeing you both together. What is my concern now is that God wants to use you. I see God's glory all over you, but something is missing. You are not born again. So for that reason, there are so many attacks on your life from your foundation. You just need to give your life to Christ genuinely." I asked if I can give my life to Christ and still keep a boyfriend. He said no, that it wasn't possible. I also asked him, "Sir, can you tell this girl to hold on?" I needed to just put myself together. And I was just coming from a trauma. I was just coming from a heartbreak that almost took my life. I just need to gather myself together. There was this married man that was actually, out there for me. I just met him along this way when I lost my husband to be. I actually lose the relationship, not lost him actually. So I tend hoping to just hang around him to start life.